Something strange is happening from China to Mexico. Some blaming it on a shift in Earth's magnetic field, but the video occurrences are popping up all over the internet, strange and unexplained. Others saying that cell phone radiation is causing it, going as far as to giving a demonstration, a cell phone ringing, and suddenly the same pattern occurring. It's tough to look by. So many of you have seen just one image of this but haven't been privy to the remainder of information. Does this spell the end of mankind? But when this much evidence is being documented, are we looking at something much larger? And that's what we're here to cover today. Now, before we get started, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Just a click away. Make sure your bell is checked and alerted to all notifications so you actually know when I put up a video. Also, if you haven't yet gone to restrictedrepublic.com or now our newest we'reforkedup.com for a more light look at what we do day to day, a completely different format, a completely different look at Lisa and I. We did that because sometimes this news just gets too dark, it gets too dire, and it just weighs you down. We too need to escape it, and we want to share that with you. That was we'reforkedup.com, or if you want all the information, all the news, then go to restrictedrepublic.com. But for right now, let's get back to this video. And by the way, before I forget, We're Forked Up 100% free. Just get over there, subscribe, and we'll alert you when we put up the next broadcast. But back to the story of the day. So many publishing on it, so many only giving you a snapshot of what's actually occurring. You see the title, Why Are Large Groups of Animals, Insects, and Birds Suddenly Walking in Circles all over the year? Should be cause for concern, right? This isn't some normal occurrence, but don't worry. They give you some normal explanations, but by the end of this video or during it, in the comments, I want you to put what you think is happening. Because right now, nobody has any evidence of what's actually happening, even though they try to declare they do. So your comments are much appreciated. In the bottom, why do you think this is happening? And I'll show you the video evidence as we move forward. You've all seen this picture, the sheep circling here in China. But if you haven't, let me just give you a snapshot of it real quick. Some would call that strange. Some would call that unusual. But they, of course, have a logical explanation. Well, that's fine if it's one video clip, a one-off, but it isn't just one video. No, it's many, many more than that. Footage shows sheep mysteriously walking around in circles nonstop for 12 days straight. Newsweek even covered it. Mystery of sheep walking in a circle in China for 12 days potentially solved. What is the explanation? I can't wait to hear this one. It looks like the sheep are in the pen for long periods, and this might lead to stereotypical behavior, with the repeated circle due to frustration about being in the pen and limited as to where they can go. This is not good. Free all the sheep immediately, please. Then the other sheep join as they are flock animals and bond or join with friends. One explanation. Or this out of New Delhi, saying that it's called circling disease. It's, of course, a bacterial infection. Of course, the only thing I see on this is something viral. Well, at least as far as viral videos go. I know, bad dad joke, just bear with me. And what does the mainstream media have to say about it? Well, of course, they laugh it off.
Have been eerily walking around in a perfect circle for 12 days straight. Where? In China. Now, is it aliens? We don't know. Have they been brainwashed by the liberal media? We don't know.
Of course, chuckle it up, which basically says we have no explanation, but we do have a cool video to show you. Well, and it's not the only cool video, if you want to call it that, to show you. Did you see this one? Zombie-like pigeons found with twisted necks from catching bizarre illness. If you haven't seen it, you'll see why this story should get a little bit more focused than it's getting. Probably one you haven't seen. Definitely unusual, definitely strange, and not just some one-off pigeon either. Of course, they always have an explanation, don't they? Or as they state here, a viral disease has turned pigeons in the UK into zombie-like creatures, causing them to develop twisted necks and walk around in circles. Coincidences abound, I guess. There has been an increase in the number of grounded pigeons coming into the JSPCA animal shelter in the last few weeks, many of which have been showing neurological signs such as twisted necks, circling, or unable to stand. Well, now the picture starts to get a little bit wider, doesn't it? Of course, they have an explanation, don't they? Another virus, which is described as an invariable fatal virus disease that can affect pigeons, doves, and poultry. Always an explanation. But again, an abundance of evidence may cause a different reaction. Another photo, another circling of animals. Not always bundled together for you, but that's what we work hard to do for here, so you can distinguish between a one-off and now a series. Well, never mind. There's an entirely different one. And if you think that's all I have, oh, there's plenty more than that. I mean, this looks perfectly normal. Nothing to see here. Mom, get the camera. We're being surrounded by chickens. That's right. Now chickens circling too. To many at first, a pool of water, a puddle, but at closer inspection, you guessed it, more insects, more circling. Something now doesn't necessarily simply line up to what the individual storyline would have told you. But if that wasn't strange enough, don't worry, we have more. This took a lot of internet scouring to come up with these photos because they seem unbelievable at first, well, until you see the abundance of videos out there. Footage after footage, I could find no limit to what I was able to identify. But of course, that's not all. It continues on, and on, and on. But I do appreciate when people actually work to give evidence. No, not my phone. Theirs. And the minute it rings... Did you ever see that clip before? So now we might actually be getting somewhere. But remember, this video was made for your opinion. So I know what to research deeper for you. Is it Earth's magnetic field is changing 10 times faster than previously thought, causing these events? Is it something larger? Is it something biblical? Is it spelling the end of mankind as we know it? Or, as I've read so many articles on, it's because CERN is playing with things again that a lot of people don't want them playing with. Is that causing the events? Or, of course, is this just something natural, something normal, something that simply makes for a great viral video but means absolutely nothing at all? Because they'll continue to give you reasons, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't explore the possibilities. Because we found out recently, in recent history, if you just take the norm and you take what the standard is and the information provided to you, spoon-fed to you, well-coordinated, well, that doesn't always work out to result in the correct answers, now does it? No, you got to dig deeper. You got to cover these things when they begin, because if you don't, then you'll miss all the transitionary steps that happen until maybe we reach a conclusion or maybe we don't. So what do you think? Magnetic field? CERN? Normal occurrence? Something more biblical? Or is there another explanation we missed? I can't wait to see your comments below. It means the world to us. It guides future broadcasts. Make sure, again, remember, if you're at Restricted Republic already, you don't have to subscribe again, obviously. But if you haven't joined us at we'reforkedup.com, get there today. The other side of Lisa and I to give you a lighter look, more laughable. Because trust me, even though we work day and night to give you this information to assure you're aware of what's going on in the world, well, in our personal time, we try to make the ordinary extraordinary. And that means a more unconventional presentation, but one we know you are certain to enjoy. We love you all. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justus Knight, signing out.